day.
Big day.
How about the first quarter for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, 14 in the first.
He was feeling it.
How about Clay in the first? 17
I'm going to do
in the
my
first.
impersonation of Grant Hill. Pull!
Oh, and hold that pose. Steph Curry, meantime, would struggle during this.
Well, you don't have to do nothing with Clay shooting like that.
That's Montrezl Harrell. And this is the rookie Jerome Robinson going wall to wall. 11-0 Clipper run. But how about some more Clay?
Okay.
Pull!
Gotta get there. Gotta get there late.
Kenny, I got a question.
Yep.
You know coaches have defensive strategy, but if your man is going like that, would you help on the layup?
No, I'm not helping.
Yeah,
Can't help with Clay and
I know, that's what I'm saying.
KD going to pull up and knock down a three.
From the L.
And a 4-point play. 62-54 Warriors at the half. But the Clippers outscore them 30-25 in the third quarter.
Oh, nice.
Alexander got
backboard.
airborne.
Backboard?
They was going that bogut all night.
Patrick Beverly.
Landry Shamet.
Shamet.
Got some good young
Clippers
talent.
on top by 2.
Oh,
my
Durant.
Oh, my
you
goodness.
know who he is.
Just too little.
Yes, we do know who he is.
The nice pass.
Merrill again. Their biggest lead. 5 points for the Clips.
Don't get too
Steph
happy,
Curry
though.
hit 1 3 in the day. He's 1 for 9 from out there.
So all you need is one. Bop.
Tell you what, you know, one thing about this game, you never thought the Clippers was going to win, though.
Andre Iguodala.
I wasn't 100% sure.
Well, I was 1,000% sure.
Durant. These are too easy. Gallinari struggled. He was 5 for
Look up.
20 from the
Travel.
floor.
Still got it up. Travel again. Travel
For 20.
The travel police.
We can't just.
He didn't. Curry didn't travel there.
Yeah, they're just walking all over.
Durant did not travel.
that's
Knocks down a 3.
A lot of options out there, boy. Woo.
Yeah. I mean, you think about Durant led him one game with 38. Curry led him with a game with 38.
You know, it's so
Today,
weird.
Durant goes 33 and Clay goes 32.
You know, it's so nice, Chuck.
Man.
You're a superstar and you could have 12 points and your other guys can give you 30.
You can go 3 for 14 when you got those other 2 nuclear weapons out there.
Here's Kristen Ledlow with one of those nuclear weapons. 3 on a day when
It's silly, man.
Steph has 12 on 3 of 14 shooting and 1 of 9 from deep. And so Golden State up 3-1. You know what teams that are up 3-1? You know what
Well, listen,
they are 233 and 11.
well, this series been
95%.
We just got to play the game.
To what?
95%.
I was
233 and
blessed to
11.
be part of the 11.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
And they were part of the 11 as well on the
Yeah.
But I
This is
just
a
can't wait
3-1
for the
lead.
next round of the playoffs when the playoffs really get started. Because
Why do you keep dismissing the
this
first round?
This first round looks good to
There's
me.
going to be a great first-round game tonight with
that-
Oklahoma City and Portland.
you're right.
Yeah.
I agree with you. That when you look
But
at
at every opportunity, you want to go ahead and jump.
well,
to the
because it's the
next round.
truth. Like, listen,
Truth for you.
You guys want to act like in the East. Like we knew in October it was going to be the Big Four. Can we get past this weak first round? There should be 5 games, number one. Now, the Oklahoma City...
Now they
to
should
the
be
old
5
school, Chuck.
games.
yeah. Well,
Why don't you just make it the best of 3?
No, it should be best of 5.
Okay.
To drag this thing out in the first round is ridiculous. But we knew the Portland OKC series was going to be a monster series. I can't wait for that game tonight.
So we have just elected to give you off the rest of the first round.
Listen, I'm going to make the
just
same
come to
amount of
second.
money. We play 5 games or 100 games.
No, we
the
play
check
second.
already counts. So, what I'm
We're not
saying-
talking about. We just,
No, I'm
you
just
don't
telling-
want to be here.
but-
We just
What they call you at the bank, Charles?
Mr. Barkley. And they better get up when I walk in, too. Don't be sitting at your damn desk when I walk in the bank.
Give the Clippers credit. This was as hard as they fought all year. They did
played
the same
hard.
thing today in
They
this game.
always play hard, but come on, man. That miracle
Okay,
30-point
then
giveaway.
don't give the
Stop.
Clippers
I'm not-
credit.
Oh, well, you got to be here then. You're going to watch the rest of it.
No, I'm just saying, I'm like, come on, they got this miracle where the Warriors quit playing and came back 30. Other than that, they would have got swept. Stop.
So they can't win another game.
Hell no.
I'm just checking.
Yeah, 'cause
Hell
that's going to
no.
be Wednesday.
Guaranteed.
I would. Hey, that's
guarantees
not
don't
that tough to guarantee a Golden State win at home in Game 5. That's not that tough.
Well,
What about
was
yesterday?
thinking-
You didn't call me last night and congratulate me on my Nuggets.
I'm not going to congratulate you on your Nuggets. I draw the line. Do we have some more? Do we have some more stuff about this suit? I bet we do. Yeah, that was That's the second time we've used that that Shaq meme this week. Like,
So funny
Thanos?
ones. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, oh, you're right. That's true, America.
This is funny too.
the lasting image of the first half of this game, the stunned disbelief of Nick Nurse
That's going to be a meme.
as he was
Oh, that's
watching after his team was called for a turnover.
That's funny.
There was a 3-second violation, which was the call, and Nick Nurse just saw Shaq's feet, or Nick Nurse just saw
pretty
Shaq's
good.
suit. That's also a
That's
possibility.
funny, Carly Zielinski.
The guy eating
And
behind.
if you weren't with us earlier, yes, here is the Easter, the big Easter
golden.
egg.
Golden.
Shaquille O'Neal is.
I told him, CeeLo. I told him, CeeLo. I said it. CeeLo, the big CeeLo.
Underdog put that on the T-shirt.
I had
Where
somebody.
is Underdog? I haven't seen him.
He's been on the road with the
working,
Houston
yeah.
series. He's
okay.
a field producer.
Yeah, he left me for Al LaForce.
I had somebody tweet me in the first half that said I needed to speak louder because they couldn't hear me over Shaq's suit. So it was good.
But they hit it, Shaq.
I liked it. It's the American Express halftime report, by the way, and here are the American Express teammates in the first half. They're going to come from the Toronto side, as you might expect. Kawhi Leonard's got 18 on 6 out of 9. Pascal Siakam, we talked about his improvement that last postseason to this postseason, about 7 points a game to 24 points a game. He's got 12, and Toronto has blown this thing open. It was at one point 43-39. In fact, it was a 9-1 start for Orlando, and since that time, it's been 57-33. So let's talk about Kawhi Leonard and what you've seen in the first half.
Kawhi Leonard knows the importance of this game. He's been on the championship team with Hall of Famers, and as a matter of fact, he was still the guy on that team. So he's saying, you know what, guys, just follow me today. I'm going to do what I do. Put my head down, go to the hole, read the defense. You know, he was, before he, had the situation last year, we was arguing about whether he was the second or third best player. He's starting to get back to that form. But again, he knows the importance of this game. Kenny, he's just going out and say, move out my way, follow me. That's right, repost.
Get these little guys off me, too.
Oh, I missed it. That's okay. Get the rebound.
That's
pull
a
out.
tough shot, right
They ain't
there.
going to play me. Tough shot, fade away in your face. And Kenny, I was getting ready, to ask my guy Chuck. I'm like, Chuck, where do you place Kawhi Leonard at now?
Shaq, I can't believe you said that.
And then this happened. Chuck,
What's that?
Charles.
He's fading.
Barkley. Charles, I want to ask you about Kawhi. Hey, Chuck, I want to ask you about Kawhi.
What did you have in those headphones? Like the sound of waves crashing, or was it
Charles.
a rainforest?
It was. I was watching.
wanna ask you about
I
Kawhi.
was watching 60 Minutes. They were doing a thing, especially on Easter Island.
Yeah, but
It's
it
over
was
by
that sleep.
Chile.
Yeah, I
That
know.
sleepy?
So it was beautiful.
Apparently,
But
it had not.
Sleep nights,
No,
young
all
fella.
of
I
your
didn't get
attention.
nights.
I didn't get to take my nap today because I was watching golf. But
What are you, 3?
Listen to these excuses.
take a nap.
I didn't have my warm milk today.
So, but you know what, Shaq? Before you even said it, I was writing my notes down.
And which was?
I was gonna ask you guys, because Shaq, you're right. We're talking about who was better after LeBron, KD, or Kawhi 2 years ago, and I'm making my list here,
Checking it twice.
and I said LeBron, KD, Giannis, James, and Kawhi. Those are the 5 best basketball players in my opinion.
You don't think
that order.
Steph Curry is in that order?
Not in front of these guys.
I'm just asking a question.
Well, don't ask me a
It's a
question.
debate.
If I said the damn answer, don't ask me
No,
the
you
question.
didn't. I didn't know that was the
We
answer.
know from past experience that sometimes your lists are subject to change.
Well,
Without
I
question,
love
in
Steph Curry,
minutes.
but these 3 guys here,
Is
You
that
don't have
the order?
Westbrook in there.
is that
Well, Paul
LeBron?
George.
if I don't slap the hell out of you on national television,
It's Easter Sunday.
list.
Charles, be nice.
It's
It's
my
not,
list.
but you ain't think about it. You just wrote it down 5
I
seconds
did
ago.
think about
While
it.
you were sleeping.
You were sleeping. You couldn't have thought about
I
it
just
long.
wrote it when I came out here awoke.
That's my point. So you might have
Woke.
messed it up.
In that order, so you
Yeah,
got
he
KD,
came out here
5th
woke.
best player now.
LeBron, KD, Giannis, Kawhi, and James. That would be my top 5.
Got it.
You haven't shared much on the first half at this
No,
point.
I mean, that's an interesting lift if we were worried about who was his best players today, but I think he was just talking about.
Well, he asked a question.
He was just talking about where does Kawhi
asked
fit for someone who's relevantly playing in the game.
He
today.
asked me.
I would say, I would say that Kawhi is probably at the bottom 5, moving back up. He's at 5.
That's where I got him.
But I'm just.
That's where I got him.
That's what I think, Shaq.
Argue with me for 2
I didn't argue with you. I didn't ask you, did you leave off anyone else?
Would Steph make your list?
Steph would pop. Yeah, he would make my
Definitely.
list.
Over who?
I would say that he would make my list, and I will give
Over
you my
Harden.
five. Yeah, I would say.
James Harden, the best offensive player we've ever seen in the NBA, arguably today.
And Steph is the best shooter we've ever seen in the
NBA.
NBA, arguably.
James
today.
averaged more points.
That's because he took more
More
shots.
assists.
Look at
That's
Charles
take more
hanging his
shots.
look at Charles hanging his head on stats.
Got to give that man credit, man.
Oh,
he-
my
no,
goodness.
he's nice.
That man.
Nice.
I don't even like analytics.
I think that, I think this argument is subjective, and it
No.
doesn't really matter.
Is that
Barbershop
better,
talk.
Barb?
I would say he's
that better,
Kawhi
Barb?
is getting a lot better. He's getting a lot better.
16-point game at the break, boys and girls.
Welcome.
Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley, and my goodness.
Easter fresh over there.
My
Looking like.
my.
Hey, hey, in the words of my boy Ric Flair, whoa!
Looking like Gold Bond for real. You looking
Happy
like
Easter to everyone out there. And it's my Easter suit.
You know
Well,
what the new thing is?
obviously it is.
You the new CeeLo Green up in here, boy.
You know what? And to think it's funny, I just saw it on TV. TV doesn't do it justice.
No.
No, TV does not do it justice, boy, because
Something tells me you
you're
didn't
glowing
get-
right now.
Something tells me you didn't get that off the rack, Shaq.
No, that's not definitely off the rack. It's off the
JC
Shaq
Penny,
rack.
baby.
Jacques Panay?
Right. I
Jack
understand.
Easter fresh, boy. Hey, I thought
French-
Chuck, you was doing it. I thought you was doing it, Ernie.
Yeah.
We
But
are
this,
nowhere close.
No, this is
we are
this
nowhere
is a different
close.
league right here. Here's the doubleheader we got on tap tonight here on TNT. The Raptors and the Magic. That gets us started at the
And we
top
got
of the
game
hour.
2. I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, game 4 between the Blazers and the Thunder out there at the peak in OKC. Fortunes can change in what seems like a blink in the NBA playoffs. In Orlando Friday night, for the first time in this series, Nikola Vucevic looked like the all-star he was this season. He scored 14 straight points in the third quarter. The Magic had the lead. And then the Raptors went on a 16-0 run, which had Orlando fighting from behind and ultimately falling short in the fourth quarter. Trailing in the series now for the first time, Orlando looks for the equalizer. And we look to Jared Greenberg for a Game 4 preview. Jared.
Well, EJ, happy Easter to you. This morning, a member of the Raptors organization telling me they feel like all the pressure for tonight's Game 4 is firmly on the Orlando Magic. The Raptors feeling good, not just because they're on the brink of sending the Magic towards elimination, but also because their best player is feeling good. Kawhi Leonard finally admitted this morning that he played Game 3 with flu-like symptoms, went through a hydration program, and is ready to go for tonight. Now, as far as the Magic, listen, they've been playing really good defense over the first 3 games of this series. It's on the other end of the court that's been a challenge, especially when you consider that they fell behind 11-0 in Game 2 and 10-0 in Game 3.
His offense, can come and go, but if you really want to, take it to the highest level, you have to have both. You have to be balanced in both, and you see the best teams always in regular seasons are teams that are, top 5 in offense and defense, and you just have to be. At some point you're going to have to put the ball in the basket, which is the point of playing a game of basketball. And as much as defense is important and something that you can rely on every night, it doesn't take shot making. It just takes effort, focus, determination. There comes a point where, if you don't score, you're going to struggle. Your defense can only take you so far.
In search of more offense, Steve Clifford says they may go to Terrence Ross slightly earlier tonight than usual, but he's not ready to switch his starting lineup that has gotten him to this point. Coach Clifford saying the fact of the matter is we win tonight, we head to Toronto for Game 5 on Tuesday with all the momentum of this series. EJ, back to you in Atlanta.
All right, thank you very much to Jared and his all-world hair for that.
Yes.
For that life. It's one of the best heads of hair.
Well, because
in the
he's
NBA.
like a girl. It takes him like 3 hours to fix just his hair.
I was trying to pay him a compliment. You didn't need to.
Three and a half
teaches
bald
that-
guys can't talk about
Seriously.
a guy's hair.
Yeah.
Talk about who's back.
He's got the best haircut.
I don't
Three
think
and a half.
He won't even let you touch it.
Ernie, that fade is
the
tight.
fade is tight though. Wow. The fade.
You know,
the fade.
you know who showed up at the
Wait, can we
studio
get the side views?
yesterday?
We got the five side views.
Studio yesterday.
Things
My
like
man
glass
Troy,
on the
my
side.
man Troy Higgins,
First of all, I want to know if
Putter's
Troy,
Lounge.
first of all, he
in
does
Atlanta.
a great job with your hair, but he can't be charging you full price.
Yes, he is, as a matter of fact.
You have to have a full head of hair to charge
He
full
could charge
price.
me whatever he'd like, and you know I would pay it. So this Toronto-Orlando game. So now we know that Kawhi Leonard wasn't feeling up to snuff the other day. Pascal Siakam was. Pascal Siakam went for 30 points and 11 rebounds. And you talk about a guy, you talk about, you know, probably the most improved player in the league. But you look at his numbers last year in the postseason compared to what he's doing this year in the postseason. Under 7 last year, 24 this year. Look at the field goal attempts.
Why weren't they playing him?
4 last year, 20
Look at the rebound.
this year, and the rebounds from just around 4 to up to 10.
Who was playing over him last year?
He was.
He wasn't ready last year.
No, you can't jump from 6 to 24.
Yeah, you can.
You can jump from
that's
6.
a big jump.
You can jump from 6
hard work.
to 15.
Hard work and opportunity in the summer.
Well, I
That's
think
all
they're
it
just
is.
giving him more minutes, obviously.
You had DeRozan and Lowry on that team.
Well,
last
that
year.
explains it. That explains it. DeRozan is going to get all those other shots. He's a better player. Stop it, Kenneth.
No, I just asked who was playing over him. I didn't say I wasn't arguing with anyone. I was just asked, well, who's playing over with a guy who went from
Nobody's
6
playing
to
over him
24?
now.
That's a big jump. Usually a jump from 6 to 15. You don't jump from 6 to 25.
To me, he's their second best player.
Without question.
Yeah, he's their second best player.
Which he's not supposed to be, but okay.
But he is. But to me, this is a win. Toronto's going to win the game tonight, in my opinion. And Shaq and Kenny know this. When you're playing in the NBA, it's starting to get serious now. You're just trying to get through the first round. We know who's going to win these first round series pretty much, except for a couple might sway here or there. But they paid attention to Boston. They paying attention to Philly. They're paying attention to Milwaukee. They're like, we need to get this thing over. Because the last thing you want is those teams having like a week to rest and you killing yourself in 6-7 games.
Yeah, what that really means, Ernie, to me is when you say we need to get it over with. It's when you're sitting in an NBA pregame meeting and it's game 58. Coach is talking. Guys are stretching. There may be a guy, talking to the other, whispering, whatever. But when you're in this scenario in the playoffs, everyone's pens are down, everyone's folded and and paying attention to what the coach is saying on the board. So that's when he says, oh, we're trying to get rid of this team. There's no stretching going on. No one's going to admit, oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that we were doing that. Oh, my bad. There's no my bads in the playoffs. That excuse does not go fly when you go tell your teammate, my bad. This is get it done, pay attention, and understand what's going on.
Shaq, I want to ask you about Orlando because the Toronto defense has just put a blanket on these guys in the series. 38% field goal shooting, only allowing 93 points a game. If you're Orlando, where are you going to get points in this game? Where does it have to come back from, and how do you kind of duplicate what you did in Game 1 when you took the home court away?
Well, Game 1, everybody played collectively great. I don't like something that Vucevic said. He kept saying, we got to get better shots. We got to move the ball. I remember one time I said that, and Phil Jackson said, we is you. You're our best player. We follow you. You got to move the ball. You got to hustle. You got to hit shots. I don't know what his average is, but you just said, and when you did your, teleprompter thing, that he finally, this is too late for a guy to finally, be scoring 14 points in the third quarter. He has that ability. He has to step up. Chuck's been saying it, a long time. Your best player has to play great. Yes. Everyone else has to follow.
And this is his, first real time in the playoff where he is the guy. So he's got to figure it out now. This is part of that maturation process.
There is one.
They almost won the game the other day because of the way he played in the third quarter. So he needs to do that at least 3 quarters out of 4.
There is one guy who I think has an opportunity, Aaron Gordon. I think he has got to really be the other guy to step up to help Vucevic as far as the big guys. Because right now, they're just not scoring enough. You got to score. But if I had to pick one guy, you ask a guy, in my opinion, it had to be Aaron Gordon.
Vucevic, by the way, 21 and 12
not
in the
enough.
regular season. As
Right.
21 and 12 as an All-Star this season, and in the series, 13 and 9.
That's awful.
Shooting
He's a
38%.
bit traded.
You said
Right
we.
now.
Yeah, there is no we in that.
You know what?
That's awful.
He's finna get 150 million.
I know
So
he is,
today the
but that's
season's
not good
over.
enough.
It is a 2-1 series in favor of the Toronto Raptors. Game 4, top of the hour here on TNT.
Keep them coming.
The best gold member impression.
Looking like the golden ticket.
I love it.
Keep them coming.
He go mine. That's funny too, Hudson.
I
Hudson
think
did. I like
we
that.
could go right to the top of
Hey.
the hour probably with all of these.
Oh, man.
I love it.
Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Anything else?
America.
Or we're fresh out.
Gold bond, baby. Man up.
Yeah.
Woo!
Man, you did man up.
Man, I'm
today.
telling you, TV's doing it no good. No, that ain't. Your auntie ain't have a tablecloth like that.
You know my name today, Ernie? The Big Calvin Murphy.
Calvin Murphy.
Hey, Calvin Murphy would look at this and say, "Now that's nice."
Or he might. No, that's too much.
Happy Easter,
He might go,
Calvin.
that's too much.
Too much.
Hey, and
Happy Easter, Mommy. Love you. I'll
Walt,
never wear
and
this
Walt
suit again.
Frazier